Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I'm Patrick Bracken with the Shauna Foundation, and I'm here with actress, director, producer, writer, lots of other things. Mary Ferrara, whose film Wallie's Gals is playing at the festival Thursday, September 21st at 4:30, and that'll be at Studio 50 at the radio station WICN. So welcome, Mary.
Thank you, Patrick. This is great, and thank you for inviting me to do this.
Yeah, congratulations on the really fun film you made, Wally's Gals. It's
Mhm.
interesting how this film came about. So can you talk a little bit about where
Yeah,
this the idea came from?
it's funny. I think I was posting, I was talking about putting together a comedic demo reel on Facebook. I said, well, we have a lot of recent comedic footage. So other actresses chimed in and said, I love comedy. I love doing comedy. I said, you know what? I'll write us a script. So I did, and I don't know how it came about. Just these women, the early version of the script is just they're just reuniting at a store. I'm sorry, reuniting at a restaurant after having worked 30 years prior in a discount clothing store. And it just evolved. It just kind of, I kept getting curious about these characters and curious, and I just enjoyed writing them. And there's a lot of personal, like some of these characters have personal meaning to me. So I just kind of like kept getting interested in the characters, and it evolved into what it is now. Yeah.
Oh, that's great, and that experience unfortunately highlights the lack of comedic roles for uh, actresses, especially actresses not in their 20s. uh, so
Mhm.
was that part of your thinking as well?
Yes, I mean, what's great about this, we have great roles for women over 50, although I was under 50 at the time, but anyways, and for even older men actors too. We have about five males of over the age of 50 as well. So yeah, it's to me, and I'm a huge Golden Girls fan, if you didn't sort of gauge that. So, and they were in their 60s, except for I think Rue McClanahan, and how timeless is that show and how funny they were. So we know that demographic is funny and interesting, and they've lived their life, and they have that little bit of a, you know, what's the word? Lack of you know, holding back, so to speak. So I think, it's great. And that's definitely, you saw that with this cast. And so I hope it really helps them all in getting more roles, because not everybody can do comedy that well. If you can, I think you'll continue to get work. And I was lucky to have a great cast that could.
Yeah, they were tremendous, and I should mention you were part of that cast as well,
Yeah.
playing Leanne.
Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
Another thing about this film, you mentioned that it's about a group of women who worked at a clothing store 30 years
Mhm.
prior. So you have two sets of casts. You have the women as their younger selves, and then present day. How did you how did you direct your young actors and their older selves to form like a cohesive character?
You know, I tried to I actually asked if they could sort of talk to each other, about their characters as well. Um, I tried to do like I wrote like kind of outlines of every character, like the flashback cast, like the evolution of that character from, and so I hope they all read it. So this is the backstory in your character. This is the backstory in your character. So I hoped, the flashback and the present day would read that, so they sort of have that cohesive thing. So I tried to always start a dialogue, and I've sort of, would put them in emails together and sort of talk about their characters as well. So I sort of reached out to all of them and said, um, this is what I see in your character. What do you see? And this is what the older actor sees, and sort of try to keep it on that same page for cohesion.
Okay. Now, you've made several shorts before, but I believe this is your first feature.
Well, I've only made, well, a couple of shorts. Yeah, this is definitely my first feature. Yeah.
Okay, so what talk about the what's different about directing a feature as opposed to directing a short?
Oh my goodness, it's a lot more work. um, you're dealing with more people, obviously, when you have a feature. And so patience, patience, patience. Probably the biggest thing is that, and being sort of accommodating to as many people as you can. So accommodating, patience, just because it is a longer process. and stuff like that. So that's the biggest difference. Where short, you can probably, some people can finish a short in a weekend and stuff like that. With this was a longer process. So, just having faith and patience and being very accommodating. Yeah.
Now, is there a difference between that you've discovered between directing a comedy as opposed to directing drama?
So I have directed drama in like web series. So I've directed episodes of web series, and definitely, drama. I mean, I think comedy is a little more difficult.
Yeah.
It is, I think it's, in directing comedy, you really want somebody to sort of commit to that character. What they're saying is that even if it's really out there, say it with a straight face. Your character really believes this. You know what I mean? This is not, you know, and we know it's funny, but really, really sort of ground yourself in this character and commit to it. I remember, when I first started performing, I started doing improv, and that was the one they always used to say to me, Mary, commit to it. You know, believe in yourself, get rid of that doubt. Because I was like a little shaky, I was nervous, and just commit to it. You've got this idea, you've got this character, you've got this idea, just go with it, don't hold back. You know what I mean? And you really are that character. And so that's one of the things, I think the difference. I think drama might be a little easier because a lot of our everyday lives is dramatic on average, but comedy's a little different, and you have to sort of like wear this hat that you sort of cement yourself into and fit to it.
Okay. Yeah, I thought you did a great job, and your actress is absolutely committed to it. So I thought it
Oh,
was great.
yeah, I think so too. It's funny, I started editing this during the pandemic, and it really helped me get through. Just I could watch them and I have watched them over and over again. So it was a fun thing to do during the pandemic, to kind of just sit back and watch this. Yeah.
Now, part of the Shauna Foundation's mission is to support people in the arts, but also specifically women in the arts. And
Mhm.
we've traditionally got lots of shorts directed by women, very few features. We're very proud that this year, more than 50% of the features we're showing are directed by women. So, what advice would you have for a female director who's thinking about making a feature?
Oh goodness. First of all, believe in it. If this is something that you really want to do, so meaning there was I had a lot of passion for this. That's sort of what will get you through anything. I had financial difficulties like anybody else. It's tough. They're expensive. But so I took my time, it didn't get shot in a weekend. I took my time with it. So I would say, really think about cost first and foremost, and that really does help. However, spend a little time saving, or uh, having somebody that will support you as a producer, because that will help you get things maybe moving along a little smoother, because that is part of it. So I did have somebody that would help me at times financially. So that is part of it. And it'll just take a little bit of the pressure off, a little bit more of the stress off. But just believe in it. If it's something that really means something to you, believe it or not, it'll go much smoother. You will ride above every wave. So just, it may seem overwhelming to be a feature. Don't rush it. Have patience. If you believe in it, people will ride along with you. And that's the biggest thing. If you don't believe in it, then, you'll have an unfinished project and stuff like that. So as long as write what means something to you, not something that you sort of like see on TV and like, yeah, I think I'm going to make something like that. Have it mean something to you, and everything will be easier.
Excellent. So, Wallie's Gals is starting on the festival circuit. What's next for you after that?
Well, I do have this short film Red Shirt that I wrote a few years ago, and it's actually currently a semi-finalist at the Bridgeport Film Festival in Connecticut. I'll find out how it ends, its final results next week. So it's only 12 pages. So but I kind of have to recover a little bit from this, do the festival circuit with Wally's, but I'm thinking maybe by the end of next year, hopefully. Um, this was, I really didn't want to sidetrack it and do other projects. I really wanted to focus on this, especially for the sake of my actors. I have 43 people in it, including extras. So for their sake, I really wanted to get this out there, but it just required a little bit of work and just wanted to getting things right. It's being spruced up right now for the festival. So yeah.
All right, great. Well, if you all would like to see a very fun comedy, please come see Wallie's Gals. Again, it's showing Thursday, September 21st at 4:30 at Studio 50 at WICN in Worcester. Mary, thank you very much for joining us, and congratulations on the film.
Thank you very much, Patrick. I really appreciate doing this. Thank you. And I would love to see, I know I'd love to see everybody there. This is pretty monumentous, I think, especially for the older female actresses, in my humble opinion, because they are so amazing.
I'm glad
So,
you mentioned that. So you will be at the screening?
yes.
Okay, great. So you can, uh, everybody out there, come to the screening. You can chat Mary up after the film.
All right, great. Thank you very much.
Bye bye.